Hello everybody, my name is Star. I am your friendly neighborhood go-go dancer and I'm back. Sorry about not having a video last week. I was sick. Thankfully not with COVID, just with a cold. I'm actually still a little bit on the tail end of this cold, so I've got liquids off to the side on hand. So if you hear some coughing in the background, unfortunately Peter caught my sickness, so he's kind of been coughing as well. What press-on nail lasts the longest? I've been testing out press-on nails for the past few weeks, and I'm honestly really glad that it ended right as I was getting sick. I can't imagine trying to blow my nose with like super long press-on nails on my fingers. That would be a nightmare. Growing up, I never got my nails done. I was never that girl that went to the nail salon with her mom or anything like that. Never gotten acrylics on my fingers. I had one experience where I did dip powder and it wasn't that great. No fault at all to the nail salon. I chose a color that I didn't realize was a UV color, so it looked entirely different on my hand and super ugly. So I asked them to take it off and put on, you know, a different color that wasn't a UV color. And I think because of that, it didn't last very long, unfortunately. It was literally lifting within a week, and I was too embarrassed to go back to the nail salon to ask them to remove it, so I removed it at home. And that experience kind of led me to never want to go back to a nail salon. But I still love the look of really long, pointy almond-shaped nails. I love them especially for being on stage, and I figured I can get around never going to a nail salon by doing press-on nails. So I just kind of started with the drugstore brands. Was really disappointed when I found out that they don't last as long as they say they do. Excuse you, school bus. So I did a bunch of research on press-on nails, seeing which one is the best brand. I unfortunately couldn't find a lot of articles on real people testing out how long they last. I literally found one article of a real person that was testing them to see how long they last. And although it's a good article, I also want to conduct my own research. So specifically for this experiment, I tested out 4 different pretty popular brands, and I'm also going to throw in my previous experience with a couple of other popular brands into this ranking as well. Let's go over the rules of the experiment. So I prep my nails by doing just like a little bit of a light buff. I will put glue on both my nail and the press-on nail. Press and hold for like 15 seconds per nail. Pretty standard application, honestly. I will allow up to 4 nails to fall off within the first 24 hours. I assume that that is due to human error. And then beyond that, once 3 nails come off, you're out. Baseball rules, right? 4 balls, 3 strikes. Once the 3rd nail falls off, I will take off the whole set. I feel like that's a good rule of thumb because even though I tend to be able to find the nail once it falls off and re-glue it myself, not everybody is able to do that. Sometimes you're out and about and it falls off and you don't realize it, so then you're stuck with one missing nail. And some people are like, once one nail falls off, they're taking off the whole set. Some people, they wait for a couple more to fall off before removing the whole set. I figured once 3 nails fall off, most people would be taking off their full set of nails. I take off the whole set by soaking my nails in a mixture of warm water and vitamin E oil, and then I'll let my nails rest for 3 to 7 days before putting on the next set. I'll be keeping track of how long these nails last and how long it takes for 3 of them to fall off, as well as price and any other weird things that I notice about them. And at the end of the experiment, I will rank all of the brands from most favorite to least favorite. I think that's all I want to go over with this, so let's get into the first brand. I am editing this right now and I just now realized that I never mentioned the brand of this set of nails. They're from the brand Rave Nails. I wish I recorded when they were fully on because my thumb is missing, but this is what they look like. So when I fully applied these within the first 24 hours, 3 had popped off. Second day, none of them popped off. Day 3, I worked a night at the club and 1 popped off. Day 4, 2 more popped off. I'd say these ones lasted a total of 4 days. The other thing that I wanted to note about these is the design is starting to wear off. This guy's little face is a little bit messed up. On the pinky, you can kind of see like a little black nick on there. You can kind of see one on the pointer finger. There's a little nick in that part of the moon. This one's not so bad. Granted, this is my left hand, so I'm less active with this one. Oh, I should look at the cost. Ooh, yikes. I didn't realize I paid that much for these. Okay, this set cost $25, which is kind of disappointing for how short it lasted. All right, I think that's all my thoughts on Rave Nails. I don't know what set I'm going to be trying next, but let's go to that one. Okay, it is several days later and we are trying the second set of press-on nails by, oh, can you see? Chill Tips, if you can't read it. This is what the set looks like. I chose their, I think it's called Everything Zen. It is a nude with yin yang symbol details. It's a very subtle set. I like it so far. So this set costs $16. That's not including shipping and handling. This is going to be the only week that I will be having press-ons on without working my go-go dancing job. When I'm go-go dancing, I usually am pole dancing as well. So there's a lot of like gripping going on and potential for nails to pop off. However, I will be traveling, so a lot of like picking up bags and grabbing handles and whatnot. There's potential for them to pop off at that point, but I decided since I'm going to be traveling, I'm going to wear the set that is the least extravagant. I'm less inclined to wear this set while go-go dancing. They feel a little bit shorter. The only weird thing is, let me pull out a regular nail for comparison. So this is just a regular nail, you know, nothing too fancy or anything. This is the bottom that's supposed to line up with the cuticle. And you'll kind of notice at the base of the nail, there's just these little white signs that there's stress on it. That's the only thing that I really notice with application that's a little weird. It doesn't feel any different. It just looks a little bit different. I don't know, maybe that will have something to do with the longevity of them, but we'll see. I think the other downside of this brand specifically is that the nails aren't really any shorter or longer than this. Obviously, some of the designs you can trim shorter, but they don't come any longer than this. If you're looking for very long, extravagant press-on nails, you won't be able to find that here. But let's see how they last for the next few days. Okay, hey there, checking in with the Chill Tips brand press-on nails. I put these on 4 days before I was leaving for a trip, and I thought that would be good timing because they would fall off sometime during the trip, so I wouldn't have to deal with them for the majority of the trip or even before the trip. These lasted through the whole trip, and I was gone for, let's see, I was gone for 5 days. I came back on Sunday. The day after I came back is when the first one popped off, and then 2 days after is when 2 more popped off. So a total of 8 days is when the first one popped off, and then 9 days is when 2 more popped off. 9 days for you to get 3 strikes. That is super long, and I would say competes with going to a salon. I do wish that they came in more of a variety of lengths. The fact that they only come in this shorter style is good for beginners. I prefer wearing longer styles when I'm performing. I hope they maybe eventually come out with longer styles, but this is a good beginner brand, I'd say. I'm gonna let my nails rest for at least a few days before trying the next set. See you then. Okay, hello, I am back and I have a new set of nails on. These are from the brand Marmalade Nails. And this is about the typical length that I wear for when I am working at the club. One of the things I'll note that is different about these is that they come with half sizes. I thought it was nice because oftentimes I find myself picking between a nail that is too big or too small, and I typically go a little bit too small. So if you find yourself liking or wanting half sizes in your sets of nails, that's good for you. The other thing that I will note about this is that I reached the smallest size on there. This is the smallest that they go. It's a size 9, and I've seen ones that go smaller than that, like 12 is probably the smallest that I've seen. That's just something to look out for. I think that's all I want to note about this so far. So let's see how long this set lasts.
2,000 years later.
Hello, I totally forgot to update you guys once. I took off this set for Marmalade Nails. So I did forget to mention the price. These cost $16. It looks like most of the nails on Marmalade Nails tend to cost $16, but there are some that go up to $32. That's usually because they have extra decals, rhinestones. None of them fell off on the first day. The first one fell off on day 7, which is pretty good. The next one fell off on day 9, and the third and final strike fell off at day 11. And honestly, that day 11 is kind of cheating because there was some sort of shadow black staining underneath it, and I was kind of concerned that there was something wrong with my nail underneath, like maybe it was infected, maybe it was bruised or something. So I could tell that it was already lifting anyway, so I just kind of popped it off myself. And of course, it was literally just lint and sweater remnants that was underneath there, so nothing to worry about. So that third nail popping off is a little bit cheating, but other nails were lifting off at that point anyways, so I feel like it's fair to say that day 11 is when it hit strike 3. So overall, my first impression of Marmalade Nails is that it's a pretty good quality brand. Despite them being a longer length than Chill House, they stayed on about as long, if not longer. I do like the amount of variety that they have on their website in terms of designs, colors. I would probably go to Marmalade before I go to Chill House just because they have the lengths that I want. My only complaint would be that they run a little bit big. If you're a very small person, there's a chance that the smaller nails won't fit your hand size. I do find it a little weird that they have half sizes available, but not a wider range of sizes. I think that's all I want to say about Marmalade Nails, so we are going to move on to the nail list. I just put these on today. There's like the rest of them. Oh, shoot. That was embarrassing. So there's the rest of them that are in there. And let me show you what they look like here. Kind of like a Neapolitan color set. I didn't intend to buy 3 sets that were all basically the same color scheme. I like other colors of nails and whatnot. For whatever reason, I just got a bunch of pink nude nails. So I think with this whole experiment, it has really changed my standard of what I consider a long nail, because when I put these on, these are very short. So this is a set that I got from Static Nails a long time ago. So I consider this set to be like long and unmanageable, a little bit unmanageable for me. And now I would consider that pretty normal length, and this to be a short, very, very practical length. I almost want to say that I could wear these to my day job. And I'm like thinking to myself, like, God, these are so short, like this is nothing. And then I step into the bathroom and realize, oh shoot, today is day 1 of my period. And to make things worse, I use a period cup. I use a little silicone cup instead of tampons or pads, which you need a decent amount of grip. And I'm really glad that I have the short nails on this week, because this is kind of hard to manage a period cup with. I can't imagine having anything longer than this and trying to finagle a period cup with it as well. Yeah, it took me a minute to like shove that up there, and I don't know what's gonna happen 12 hours from now when I take it out, but that should be interesting. Anyways, back to the nail list. So this set costs $13. Yeah, this set costs $13, but they have a pretty wide range of costs with their nails. I'll do a little bit more browsing later, but it seems like the most expensive set that I'm seeing on here is $65. I take that back. I looked it up, and the most expensive set of nails on thenaillist.com is $118. I have no words. Obviously, the ones that are more expensive are going to be better quality, have more embellishments on them. Less expensive are going to be a little bit more simple. Other thing that I noticed when I was shopping on this website is that they are very particular about the sizing. Pretty much all other websites just have a standard set size. This one has like an extra small, small, medium, large. You basically have to measure your nails first before you buy a set on here, unless you want to spend the extra money and just get the full range of sizes. So does it take a little bit longer and a little bit more brain power to buy a set from this website? Yes, but I also think that it is worth it. Also, I will say with the Nailist, they have a pretty wide range of designs, shapes, lengths, which is kind of expected because the Nailist is pretty well known if you know anything about press-on nails. I don't think I really have anything else to say in terms of first impressions with the set itself. Let's see how long it lasts. All right, we are back to where we started, and I have fully removed my set from the Nailist. I will say I was kind of disappointed in this set. None of them fell off within the first 24 hours. However, all 3 strikes happened on day 4, which isn't really that long. It's not really even all that much better than Rave Nails. I will say the one caveat to that is I didn't realize this, but I purchased probably the cheapest set on the nailist.com. I couldn't really find any set that was less than $13, which is what I paid for this set. So I'm gonna assume that it's just a lower quality nail because it is a pretty low price. The other thing that I will say that was kind of unfortunate with this set is a few of the nails as I was taking them off broke. Not really usable anymore, unfortunately. So I will probably have to retire this set and I probably won't be able to use it again in the future. Some of the paint and design was wearing off. And overall, the nails just felt very thin and flimsy. I would purchase again from the Nailist, but I would get a better quality, more expensive set. And as I'm finding with this experiment, I think you need to spend at least $16 to get a decent quality set. Not to say that there aren't sets out there that are more expensive than $16 and really, really bad quality. My other notes about the nailist.com is that it's not really a beginner-friendly site, at least in my opinion. The site is really more of a look at the design and then customize it based on what you want. Sorry, my radiator is going off right now. When I was starting this experiment, I was not super familiar with all of that stuff when it comes to press-on nails, especially the size of my hands. You do kind of need to do a little bit of self-experimentation in order to find what works best for you. And because of that, I would say that this isn't exactly a beginner-friendly brand, but I do think you can get good quality press-on nails from this brand. You just need to know what you're looking for. Okay, I think that's all I have to say about the Nailist. Let's go into final rankings. But before we get there, I just want to show you guys all of the data that I collected for this little experiment. Yes, I am that big of a nerd and I like numbers. So at the top we have a chart where I logged when nails were falling off. Each number signifies how many nails fell off that day, and basically the longer the chart goes, the longer those nails lasted. Then I took all that data and graphed it out below so you can see Marmalade lasted the longest, Chill House lasted just behind that, and then significantly before that we have Rave Nails and the Nailist losing the nails the quickest. And I just wanted to throw this in here because as I was saying earlier in the video, when nails were falling off, it might have been kind of hard to visualize what was really going on. So hopefully this gives you a better picture of how long each of these brands of nails lasted. So obviously in this ranking we are including the 4 brands that I tried out: Rave Nails, Chill Tips, Marmalade, and the Nailist. The other brands I'm including are Kiss. I don't have the actual box that it originally came in, but this is a set of nails that I got from the drugstore years ago, and it's a pretty common drugstore brand. The other one that I'm going to be including is Static. It's a pretty popular online brand. I've worn this set a couple of times, so I feel like I have a good opinion on it. With that little disclaimer, let's get into the official ranking. Coming in dead last is Rave Nails. This set was not that good quality. It wasn't shaped well to the nail. It lasted an embarrassingly short amount of time, and it's twice as much as like most of these other sets. Okay, maybe not twice as much, but it's a full like $10 more, and you can get a way better quality nail for $25 than this. Yes, the designs are cute, but they're not that cute after you've been wearing them for a while, because then they get all scratched up and worn off. So Rave Nails, you're in 6th out of 6th place. Next up, we are unfortunately going to be putting the nail list in 5th place. I'm putting an asterisk on this, however, because I unintentionally bought probably the lowest quality set from the website. They are probably about the same quality as a drugstore nail set, and the only reason that I'm putting them this far low is that I paid a little bit extra money, and I had to wait because of shipping. That being said, I would try them again and potentially put them higher up in the future if I get a different, better quality set. Next, from the nail list, we are gonna go with Kiss / any other drugstore brand. The drugstore brand is about the same quality as this. The only reason why I'm putting it a little bit higher is they are really, really cheap. Even though they are a low quality nail, you're not really dropping a lot of money for it. They're not great quality, but they get the job done. They will last a weekend, and for like 8 to 10 bucks, it's fine. They're fine. All right, now we're getting into the top half. So in 3rd place, I am putting Chill Tips. They lasted quite a long time. The only downside to them is that they only come in a pretty short style. For the price, for the amount of time that they last, and the designs are pretty cute. I think they're a solid brand. I just wish that they had more variety in shapes and styles. So that's my only criticism of Chill House. And drum roll, in 2nd place, I'm gonna put Static Nails. I wish I could have included this set, or at least this brand, in this experiment. I just don't really have enough time. I'm going back to my outdoor job pretty soon here, and I didn't want to go into it with a set of claws. I would love to do this experiment again with different brands in the future, and I would definitely include this brand in here. This set has been kind of my reliable go-to set for a while. I have not actually tracked how long this set lasts. I usually have to take it off early, but I know for a fact that it lasts at least 5 days, probably 6. I like the shape. This style kind of goes with everything, but I would definitely like to get a different set that looks a little bit different. I like the variety that they have on the website, and they're fairly inexpensive. Like, there's a reason why this has become my go-to set of nails. And so that means the number 1 spot goes to Marmalade. The nails feel very sturdy. It is the same price as Static and Chill Tips. I like the variety on the site. Honestly, between 1st and 2nd place, it's pretty close to these. I like the size of Static Nails better, but I like the variety of designs from Marmalade better. So like, it's pretty interchangeable between these two. They last long, they feel pretty sturdy, the designs are pretty cool, but I honestly could also say that about Static Nails. I think either of these brands are pretty solid. This is my ranking so far. I would definitely love to try this experiment again, especially with the nail list. I would love to try this with a better quality set from here. I would also love to try this again with a fresh set of Static Nails. And there's also just a ton of different brands that come out every day. But yeah, let me know. Have you guys tried any of these brands? What do you guys think of them? Do you agree with my ranking if you've tried these brands? Let me know in the comments. Make sure to like the video and subscribe if you're not. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!